We are Beer and Chill Podcast.
Podcast where we review TV shows, games, movies, and whatever else takes our fancy.
So what are you waiting for? If you're a cool kid like us, you're gonna listen to the Beer and Chill Podcast. You can get it anywhere from Spotify all the way to your grandmother's radio. My name is Jan.
And I'm Craigie C.
And we are
Beer and Chill.
What's your favorite scary movie?
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
They're here.
Welcome, victims, to the Horr-Gasm podcast, Halloween edition. I'm Nick, and with me is our co-host, Ellie.
Hi.
Hey, ya.
Hi.
Happy Halloween!
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween.
Halloween. Oh, I saw a TikTok where 3 girls dressed up as what are the 3 kids' names? I always forget.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
That one. And it looked so good. And they had made the masks and everything and like distressed them. Oh,
nice.
It looked so good.
Nice.
Yes. I was like, oh, I want to do this. Damn COVID.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm playing with the sound.
Okay.
I don't think that the victims can hear this. There we go. Woo!
And if they can, well, good for them.
Yeah, you can hear the little ding ding of the Microsoft.
Yep. Yep.
Thanks, Windows.
Yay, Windows. Better than Mac.
There you go.
Although people would definitely disagree with me. Very.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I could afford it, I'd have a Mac, but, you know, I haven't found my sugar daddy yet. So, but I'm taking applications if anybody out there, you know, wants, so it's fine.
Well, sugar mamas. I'm okay with a sugar
Yeah.
mama. I can live with that.
Listen, I'll take what I can get.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, I've always had Windows computers and they're fantastic. Way back in the Windows 95 days.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Same here with
yes.
me. Mm-hmm. Played some good old Doom on that bad boy.
Oh, yes. I forgot that all the old games. We used to just play solitaire. I would fuck up some solitaire.
But then
I
I remember when your dad got more, fancier computers. You guys had SimTown.
Yes.
And a bunch of demos.
Yep.
Commander Keen, I think, was one of them.
Yes, I love that game. We had like Oregon Trail.
Yes.
I played so much Oregon Trail. Like I can't even begin to tell you. Oh, and then I downloaded a mobile game of it because Apple Arcade, you can just download whatever games you want for $10 a month.
Nice.
And I tried Oregon Trail, but it's like obviously it's an updated version, and it's really hard.
Oh.
I was like, everybody's died of dysentery already. They at least usually let me cross the river first.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was good. It was fun. Very nostalgic.
Oh, yes. I remember playing the sequel, and that was a lot more video. Like, it wasn't, the way it was before, the old one.
Right.
You had video, you had people talking.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, yes. You click on, something, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They'd be talking to you like, hello, can I help you? And just,
interesting.
it was it was very a step up.
Oh. See, and I remember just the old one, and it was like black and green, and that was it.
Yep.
And you just,
Hunting was always the best part.
nice and pixelated.
Yep.
Yeah, the rabbit hunting, is that what you said?
Yeah, the hunting parts.
Oh, I love the hunting. It was so good. Where you just had to, you could move like diagonal and stuff.
Yeah.
That fucked me up every time. I'm like, you can move diagonally? What? Like, my little baby brain couldn't handle it. Yay.
Yeah, we used to play that in elementary school.
Yep. Yep, I remember that too.
Oregon Trail, the apple sale, like the lemonade stand one.
Okay.
You have apples or lemonade or something you try and sell, you try to make a profit. There's me $20 per drink, you know, I'll make a profit.
Yeah, you want to see a profit, I'll make profit.
I'll make money. Why are people buying this stuff? And
Oh, so good. I don't remember a lot of the computer games that we played, like back in the 90s in school and early 2000s. I remember there was one that we were like absolutely obsessed with. I think it was in grade 4. So this would have been still like 1999, 2000-ish. And it was a truck driving simulator. So you were a truck driver. You had to like pick up cargo and like negotiate things. And we thought it was like the most fun game. I was like, this is life. Like, I'm going to grow up and be a truck driver. This is the best job. And you had to, like, haggle on, like, food and gas and stuff so that you can make a profit. And I was like, this is the best game ever.
Yep.
No, Alana, that's not fun. Now I'm, like, playing Far Cry, like, kill all the people, save things. And it's like, back then, it's like, no, I got to get a better price on this burger and fries so I can make more money.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
Who hurt me? Oh, the 90s.
Yes.
What a wild
But again, like
time.
I grew up playing Doom and Doom 2.
For sure.
And those were fun and scary. Since this is a horror podcast, you know, it works into it.
Absolutely.
But I can also see, you know, trucker driving being scary too.
You know, like,
no,
yeah.
But with Doom, you know, being a young kid that I was, you know, it was dark.
Yeah.
And these guys, they showed out of nowhere.
Well, it's technically a horror game, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, it really is. Doom 3 really kicked up into the scary, you know, realm when that came out. But
Because I've only played the ones for the PlayStation 4. Like, I don't think I've
the
played
new
any-
ones.
Yeah, the new ones.
Yeah, because I have.
Because Doom Eternal was the newest, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I played the one before that as well.
And that was really good too. That went back because Doom 3 kind of took the. Well, that's more of the movie too, but they kind of took away the more demon-y part. They kept it, but they made it more alienish.
Yeah. Yep.
They reworked the story a little bit, which is what the movie followed, which was a crying shame.
Did you not like the movie?
I didn't mind the movie.
Okay, I didn't mind it
But
either. Because I know it doesn't get like...
It took away from the demon part and made it more
Right.
alien.
Yes.
And that was
But I
kinda-
think they... You know, they had to work with what they had.
Yeah,
you
that was
know?
my biggest of anything. Of
Yeah.
anything of the whole movie, my biggest takeaway that I didn't like was they dropped the demon theme and reworked it to aliens
Awesome.
from a different dimension or galaxy. And fine, okay,
Yeah.
I can.
It's a
work
creative
with that.
choice.
Yes, they followed Doom 3 heavily in that game. The designs, the Pinky Demon, they did that with him, with one of the characters.
Yep.
They took away there being demons that come from a different world, or you know, from hell, aliens who possess and change people. That was the big change. I'm like, well,
Isn't that why people didn't like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever? Because they made them aliens or something?
no, that was the original plan.
Oh, okay. Okay, that was the original plan.
That was
I was like,
origi-
I feel like I've heard this before.
The original plan with Michael Bay was they are from an alien planet.
Yeah.
Turtles are aliens. And I'm like, well, that just ruins.
Yeah, it doesn't...
That takes me the mutant part
Yes.
and the teenage part. Like, how does that work? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't work.
No.
And yeah, that's like with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
The first design of that poor guy was god awful. They tried to make
I-
it too real.
I was so scared, and I was like, oh no. Like, and I really try to be like open-minded when these things happen because they don't always have to follow the source material. Like, I get it.
No.
I get that, like, how hard it is to be a director. But in the same breath, that would have given me nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmares. And the new design is just 10 out of 10. Like,
Well,
I'm
when-
so happy with what they did.
they went back
that
to the source
movie was
material.
phenomenal.
It was really good.
I really liked it. I was like, I always get nervous with... We talked about this in the last episode. I get nervous with video game adaptations turned into movies.
Yes.
And it was so good.
Sadly, the good is not as good as the bad. Like the
Of
bad
course.
the bad adaptations outweigh the good.
That's why I
Tremendously.
stress.
There's a few good ones.
Yep.
Mario Brothers isn't one of them.
I was going to say Mario Brothers.
No. There are a few
no.
good. I can't think of it right now. I saw a list
Sure.
the
Yeah,
other day how they through Assassin's Creed. I haven't even seen that yet. I remember seeing.
Did not love.
No. Okay.
Did not love. It was fine. Did not love. Yeah, I know. I was disappointed, but I just think that they had so much cool material, and they really negged on using, like, the games, which they did on purpose, of course. Like, it's not like it was about Desmond Miles or anything. They didn't spend enough time in the Animus, which is literally what people want to see in Assassin's
100%,
Creed.
yes.
It's just like, let's take down corporations.
Backstory.
Yeah.
There's good world building,
Yep.
and then there's bad world building. Good, Dune. 100% Dune. People haven't seen Dune, go watch Dune. Don't listen to the bullshit review saying it's stupid, it's boring. It's not. It's world building at its best.
Interesting.
And then you have Assassin's Creed. I haven't seen it, but from what you said, they tried too much to explain instead of
Yes.
show.
Exactly.
And Dune does a perfect example of both. It's explaining as it's showing.
Yeah.
And that's key. That's a must.
So
for
important. So important.
the Uncharted.
Yes.
New Uncharted movie. That
it
trailer was
looks
dropped.
so good.
Again, that's going to be hopefully in the good game adaptation.
Yes.
It
It
looks-
has to be.
It looks good. It's got a great cast.
Yeah. Man, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, Tom Holland's going to be, I think, a great... what's the first main character's name from...
Oh, Nathan Drake.
Nathan, thank
Yeah.
you. I was thinking Drake, but I was wrong.
You were close.
That's close.
Yeah.
And
And Sully, played by
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg. Did we
We'll
talk
see.
about this on the last episode?
we
I
might
remember.
have. We might have. I forget now.
But I mean, we're both video game nerds as well as horror fans.
Oh,
so
yes. Oh,
it
yes.
happens that we talk about. I can't remember if we talked about it off air or on air, but regardless, here we are.
Yeah, we're talking about it again. if we
Talking
have
about
to.
it again.
Whatever.
But they're just coming out with a lot of video game adaptations and stuff, and I'm excited for all of them. I think that, I'll give all of them a chance, of course.
But there's a few that are terrible.
Okay.
Ooh, Boyle. I've talked to him before, and in previous episodes.
Yeah.
Terrible director. Thankfully he retired.
Okay.
He will not make-
We've talked about this. I remember this. Yeah.
Oh, yes. But he had some terrible video game movies. But in the horror theme, one of them was Alone in the Dark. That was just bad. Terrible. The one scene I said before, the girl's laying her dead. Before they cut, she lifts her head up.
Oh, yes. You showed me this.
I have
yeah.
showed you that. It's horrible. It's awful. It's bad. Another one he did was Bloodrayne, which is again more of a vampire better game into a movie. And he just exploited the whole TNA to the nth degree with that one. That's...
Our executive producer, see?
Even
she's gagging even talking about it.
Yes. It's a bad move when the dog starts gagging over it. But that was, that's his go-to. Sex, nudity, that's what people want to see.
Which we've talked about in horror movies, and while it's like a trope with horror movies, it's just, if it's not done right, it's exactly like you say, it's tacky and distasteful. And
dumb. And it doesn't bring anything to the table.
Chauvinistic, and it's just everything we don't need.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But you brought up to me the other day something. How...
Oh, geez. I probably should have pulled the picture up, right? That would have been the responsible thing to do.
Oh.
Horror movies need to be gooey again. Literally visceral. Look at how fucking wet Hellraiser is. That's a fucking horror movie.
Yes. I agree with that 90%.
Yep.
I agree. Simply put, practical effects looks better. Mm-hmm. CGI and digital effects is easier.
Yep.
And you can kind of do more with it.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's fake.
Yes, you don't get the same, exactly what she's saying, the same gooiness of it.
No, doesn't look the same.
Like that wetness, that like dirty, gooey, skull fragmenty, everything shiny.
Yeah.
Like I want to be physically repulsed as I'm watching it. And yeah, you just don't get that anymore. And it's too bad. Like, I don't know. I find, like, and some people try to do it. And I'm not talking about, like torture porn or anything, like those kind of movies. But I want to be repulsed. And I don't feel that way anymore when I watch horror movies. And I think the ratings are a little more like people are more soft. Not people are more soft these days, but the ratings are probably harder to fit. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah. Yes and no. It also it's a money issue too. They want for sure. The more people to come in and see it to make more money.
Yeah. Right, so of course, you're right.
For horror movies to get that R rating, yes, it's more adult themed.
Yep.
But then you're also eliminating the viewership from 18 down. Unless but I'm sure if they want to get in, they can see it. Like we went and saw 300.
Yep.
When you and Tori were 15?
Yep. 16? I was younger. Yeah. I was in high school, I remember. Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was that explicit.
Oh man, I love that movie though.
It's so good. So we went and saw it. I was like, let's just go see a movie. Hey, let's go see 300. And it was not what I expected. Mm-hmm. There was some sex scenes. There was a lot of titties.
It was very graphic.
It was very, very graphic, but it was a great movie.
Yeah.
And now we're getting to the whole, I don't know if that was fake blood and gore, if that was practical effects.
Yeah.
I know a lot of that was heavily CGI.
Of course, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure with the kills and the effects and all that, I'm pretty sure most of that was practical. Mm. I think. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% positive at all.
It would make sense. But even like, this is a little off topic, but like how they did the style of like the side scrolling in the slow-mo effects and everything, I still think about that.
Oh, that's one of the better parts of the movie.
Yes, it's the best part of the
Immortals.
Movie. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, my dad and I still quote it literally all the time. Yeah. Like, what if they block out the sun? Then we fight in the shade.
Yes.
Like,
I do think most of that is CGI blood and gore.
Interesting.
And yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% positive. I have to watch it again. I have to look it up. But as good as that looked, if they used practical effects, it would look better.
Yes.
It would look realer.
It's all of that what we were talking about. Mind you, they did it in like a comic book style too, so it was on purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gore, and especially in war, like it would be a literal fucking bloodbath. And
the best example is Saving Private Ryan at the beginning.
Yes.
The, not Pearl Harbor, the Omaha Beach storm, the storm at the beach. When I first saw that, I was a little uncomfortable because it was so graphic.
Yes.
The one guy gets his arm blown off and he picks it up and he's walking around.
Yes. Because you're so in shock.
Yes. Yes. And when Tom Hanks is talking to one guy on the radio, looks away, pulls him back, talk to him again, his whole face is caved in from an explosion. I was like, that troubled me. I was like, oh God, that's terrible. Of the whole movie, that's the most graphic part of the whole movie. And I've read and heard that from people who were there, who were on that beach, that's the most accurate depiction of that whole battle.
Yes.
Because it was a bloodbath.
Yes. And that's the thing also is about, I talk about this also about like racism and homophobia stuff is people are like, ooh, well, I don't watch that because it makes me uncomfortable. It's supposed to.
Yes.
Watching that movie, that war scene is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable because imagine what it was actually like being there.
Oh, like it's really, when it starts out, when they're in the U-boats storming the beach, the ramp drops.
Yes.
They get lit up. Mm-hmm. And those poor souls who were at the front.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. Like that is like in the back, just, seeing your friends, your comrades getting cut down.
Just like that.
By those machine guns, by all the artillery. Ugh. Terrifying. Like I would be like, well, my pants are full.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Why am I doing here? Why am I here? This is the shits. But
terrifying.
We're here to protect our homeland and all those people who gave their lives for our freedom as of today. A lot of people take that for granted.
Absolutely.
And that bugs me.
Yeah.
But that's a little too political for my liking for this podcast.
That's a talk for another podcast.
This isn't the political gasm podcast. This is the Horr-Gasm podcast.
Yes. Well, should we this week we watched Paranormal Activity. I should probably say that. So
no. We watched we watched Halloween.
Oh, last week we watched
Paranormal Activity. This is the Halloween special.
I'm here.
You're
still
here. Hello.
Hello. Hi. I've only had half a glass of wine. I obviously need more.
Yes, you do.
This week on this special, we watched Halloween.
Yes.
I was, you know why? Because I was just posting our Paranormal Activity
That's
episode.
why.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I swear my brain's here. Okay, well, let's talk about it.
All right.
You feel it, don't you, Michael? You feel the mask. Say something, Michael. Say something. You feel it, can't you? It's a part of you, Michael. It's a part of you. Say something. Say something, Michael. Say something!
All right, so this week we did not watch Paranormal Activity. We
Nope.
watched Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
This is a 2018 movie, obviously. I just put that in the title just because there's so many different Halloweens.
Well, that's
you know?
what's known as.
Right.
In the
Yes.
community, it's known as Halloween 2018.
Right. Yeah.
So.
It was directed by David Gordon Green and written, obviously, by John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, and Jeff Fradley.
Cool.
Woo!
Good movie. Good
Yeah.
movie. Already we're going straight to good movie.
I watched part of it a while ago, but I rewatched it obviously with you and actually finished it. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually really liked it. Are we okay?
I don't know. I'm
In between?
it's the Halloween, like the it's the adrenaline for Halloween. It's
It
finally getting
must,
to us.
hey?
Yeah.
It is honestly like I love Christmas too. I've made it very obvious that I love Christmas. But Halloween is like right there. Like if I like Christmas 10 out of 10, Halloween is like a 9.95.
Nice.
And like I dress spooky scary every day usually. So it's like it's just always Halloween.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I have a t-shirt that says I've been excited for Halloween since last Halloween. And like even right now I'm wearing a Pet Cemetery t-shirt.
I'm wearing a Halloween shirt too.
Yeah, of course. Cause yeah. Aww. Oh, it's all the bad guys.
Yes, it says friends on the front, on top.
That is so
Yes.
cute.
Love
Aw.
it. Love the shirt.
Like we love some horror up in here. But that's the
Oh,
thing is that
all
like
time.
just like it's always horror in my house. So maybe that's why I have such an affinity for Christmas because it's not like I have a Christmas tree up all year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more of a novelty. Like, this is totally off topic. I apologize, everybody. I went and bought mini eggs yesterday, and I'm like, kind of feels like cheating to buy mini eggs in October. You know, because they only used to put them out for Easter.
Yes. That was when the big, shipment was out there.
Yes.
And then you look after, you're like, well, where are they?
Yeah.
And it'd be a hunt.
And I think that's why I still love cream eggs, because you can only get them, like, for Easter.
They used to. Now they kind of have them all year round. There's
Where?
not as Walmart.
What?
Yeah.
Might have to go to Walmart.
I'm sure of that. I'm sure there is somewhere.
Okay, well, I might need to go because I love me some cream eggs.
Oh,
but
me
yeah,
too.
I think that the novelty of it, I don't know. Anyways, totally off topic. So Halloween Kills, you've seen it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I have we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
Yes.
Halloween Kills is the sequel to Halloween 2018. And when it came out, there's two things I want to talk about, which
Love it.
grinded my gears. I got to chew some gum over this. It's a big chew. The first one, Halloween Kills, starts off, and it's in the trailers. It's no spoilers here, but firefighters go to the house and they're putting out a fire, and Michael Myers is in the house.
Yep.
He proceeds then to massacre every first responder at that moment of the movie.
Jesus.
Great opening.
Yeah.
It reinforces Michael Myers is a killer.
Yeah, he does not care.
He will kill. It doesn't matter who or what you are. If you're in his way and he wants to kill you, you are dead. You will die.
I watched a thing on Shudder today. I was telling you about this in between while we're talking, and it was on Michael Myers, and they actually had like the directors and like the people who play the guy who actually played Michael Myers in 2018, Halloween 2018, and like Jamie Lee Curtis and everything, and they're like, Michael Myers, the thing that makes him so creepy is that there's just no reason. And that's what makes it so scary.
Yes, he just kills.
Yes. And that is terrifying because with serial killers, or even let's take Jason for example, he kills horny, law-breaking teenagers.
He
So
kills
if you're
because of his mother.
Yes. And if you're not that at that time, will he kill you? Probably. But if you're not in that location at that time, will he kill you? No, you're safe. But Michael Myers does not give a shit.
No.
He just walks, in this movie that we just watched, he just walks through houses and kills everybody in the house.
And I'm pretty sure this is the first one where he actually kills a child.
Interesting. How did I miss that? No, I didn't.
Yeah, in 2018. Yeah, when there's the boy and the dad driving, they're going to they're
Lumpy.
going hunting. Lumpy, yes. Lumpy.
Fucking Lumpy.
Damn it, Lumpy.
Oh, see, that's what you had to say. You had to say, Al, it's just Lumpy.
It's just Lumpy. Lumpy? Lumpy? Well, no, it's boy gets killed.
Yes.
I think that's the first in all the Halloween movies. Now, I could be mistaken. I haven't watched them all myself. But
I have. But I can't recall. I don't think so. It's one of those things, we've talked about it a lot. It's one of those things where like you know it's like a fucking horror movie when they kill a child.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the sign.
Oh yeah. Or if you see an animal. That's is not gonna survive.
I don't even want to talk about animals as I'm wearing Pet Cemetery t-shirt, but as soon as I see an animal in a horror movie, I'm like, am I in the mood? Because I have to be in a mood. People getting killed, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Animals getting killed?
Poor puppers.
No thanks.
Poor kitties.
Hard to pass.
Yeah. But anyways, so there was a petition. Because of the killing of all the firemen, some poor person, soft, whatever we'll call
Some
him,
lovely human.
they decided to start a petition to remove the scene because it's disrespectful. It's a bad light on the poor firemen who do such a good job. And I get where they came. I get where it's coming from.
Like, I get it.
But this is a horror movie, and you got to reinforce the villain is a villain. You can't have a villain go out and go.
He's like, oh, walk up and shake their hand. Thanks, first responders.
Yeah, or
that's not.
Or have
who
him
they
go.
are.
Like you got to really. Like, yes, they're a villain. They killed someone, but to really get them in that light of they are despicable, evil, and this evil is reinforced heavily in all the Halloween movies. Michael Myers is evil.
Yes.
He is evil.
And this is literally what we were just talking about. There's no rhyme nor reason. He does not care who you are, young, old, black, white, gay, straight. He just does it. Exactly. And that's another thing that they were talking about in 2018. I know we weren't going to make it political, but people are mad that they killed a gay couple. Wasn't that one of the things?
In Halloween Kills.
Yes, that's what I mean. In Halloween Kills.
The second one was...
And I'm like, why are people upset about that? That's equal rights.
Exactly. That was my second point.
Being a queer person myself, I don't care. I think that's fine. Why does it matter? I was more upset like in the beginning of it part 2 or chapter 2 or whatever, where they literally show a group of hillbillies hate criming a gay couple. And not that I was upset about it, but it's hard to watch. But it's what we were talking about in Talking Chop. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Exactly. And that's, again, that was our second point in Halloween Kills. The people who are now currently living in the Michael Myers residence is a gay couple.
Yes.
Big John, Little John. One of them played by the lovely Michael McDonald, I think.
Okay.
He was on Matt TV.
Yep.
He was, the Austin Powers as the one guy who gets run over by the
Yes.
steam roller.
Yes.
This actor, this man is he's not gay at all, but he is such a good actor.
Yep.
He plays any role perfectly to a T. This guy is awesome. He is horribly underrated as an actor, sadly. But the I don't want to use this word too improper, but the woke crowd.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
They threw up a fuss because Michael Myers kills the gay couple living in his old house. And now, and we talked about it.
Yes.
I think that is bullshit.
Yeah.
That is, they're making a big fuss over nothing.
People just want to be upset about something.
Yes.
And I just think, like, in horror movies, there's not a lot of LGBTQ2S representation. It's just not a thing. But
It's slowly getting there.
It is. This is the thing.
The Chucky
Chucky
TV series is doing a great job with that.
and there's so many memes and stuff about it. And it's like, even if Chucky, this piece of shit, garbage asshole, can be an ally, why can't you?
It's funny.
Why can't you?
It's in the second episode. The lead boy, he asks, Chucky, isn't your son like a transgender queer?
He's
It's like
gender fluid.
Yeah, he's like
gender fluid. I just love it so
like,
much.
are you okay with that? And he asks, I forget the boy's name.
Yeah.
I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm not a monster.
okay.
And I'm like, people.
But that also, for that character of Chucky, it adds to his character.
Yes. Well, like we were talking about in Fear Street, the main characters are like a lesbian couple. And this is the thing, is that they don't make a big deal about it. It's just like, oh, it's just a thing.
Yep.
Because it's just a thing, you guys. It's like blonde hair, brown hair. Anyways, I'm not going to make it political.
but-
it's fine.
No. But
Don't be a racist or homophobe. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. But they don't like that. What bugs me is they're angry because they kill a gay couple. Okay, that crowd solely, they want LGBTQ, all that.
Yep.
Only in a positive light. They want to be accepted. They want to be included. They want it representation, but
Right.
only in a positive light.
That's not how
doesn't
people are.
work.
Yes.
That is impossible to do. I watched, and I read about this too, the whole Dave Chappelle
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
I watched the special. I watched the last one. You know what?
I did too.
He's been martyred, 100%. He's not through the whole thing. He makes fun. He makes fun, but it's not in a homophobic way.
I don't know. I didn't love it.
I loved some of it, but the way he explains himself now in the last one.
Of course, for
He
sure.
does.
And you're allowed to have your opinions. It's just
You
like, I
are.
don't think we should let people like that have a platform.
But he's not making hate speech.
I know.
It's not hate
I don't
speech.
know.
It's not hate speech. In my opinion, it's not hate speech. He reinforced because he had that one friend who was transgender. He didn't care. He didn't care. He was good to them.
Yeah.
But because of other people, the person took his life, took her life. And he was upset about that. And that's sad.
Yeah.
But he didn't go over the top where he was attacking or anything like that.
Right.
He wasn't attacking. But the LGBTQ, they want representation. They have to then get both sides of the coin.
Right. I feel like those are two completely different problems. But
A little, but it's just that's how it's going to be. If they want to be included in everything, then you have to take the good and the bad.
I think it's such a small subset of people, and it's just, of course, those are the people that are going to get the press, right? It's like, oh, look how the woke crowd is like, overreacting. And like I said, as a queer person, I don't care. I think it's nice to have representation that we don't care about sexuality, and it's just, look, these people own a house. They're just people.
Exactly.
They're just people who own a house. It doesn't matter about their sexuality.
And
but yeah, it's that small subset of people that want to make an issue out of something. And maybe there's a good reason why they want to make it an issue. But most people are just happy to be included, to have representation. Yep. You know, a little boy watching a Halloween movie being like, oh my gosh, two guys are owning a house. Isn't that cute? Maybe, you know, because representation is so important.
It is.
Yes.
It
and
is.
like these drag queens I watch that have a podcast. It's Trixie Mattel and Katja, just in case anybody's listening that knows that. And they both love horror movies more than anything. And they were discussing it, and they're like, you know why we love horror movies? Because we're always hated on. Gay people are killed every day for just being who they are. And in horror movies, straight people die for no reason.
Yep.
And it's like, there, you finally got yours. You know what I mean? And it's like, just to not feel like it's just a stupid thing, but that's how it is. And it's like, yeah, like it makes sense that it's like, fuck you.
Exactly.
For once, you're the one, you know? I don't know.
And that's kind of like just the one, you know, they don't like that. They don't want tough. You know, you want to be included. You want,
for sure.
Great. You want to be included too. Great. But you have to take the good with the bad.
Right, of course. But
yes.
like I said, it's a very small subset of people who would actually care about that.
It's small, but they're also loud. And
but that's the people who are going to get the media.
Exactly. And media focuses on the negative.
Always.
Yeah. Which is terrible.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you know, the Halloween Kills did great at the box office.
Yeah.
They're gonna film Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends back to back. They didn't.
No.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I think maybe they did. They're gonna do Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
They didn't. I think they may have done Kills and Ends. But we're gonna see next year. Halloween Ends comes out.
Awesome. And
we'll see what happens next year. But it's got a little too. Okay, my rant's over. It's just
like, well, we have 10 minutes here to finish.
It just bothered me how these two issues people started a competition over this.
Yes.
And they started such a big movement to cancel Michael Myers. I'm sorry, no. This is it's evil. He kills, like you said, straight, gay, black, white. It doesn't matter. You are a victim to him.
He doesn't see anything.
We don't care.
Which we should be more like Michael Myers.
Well, that's the thing. We are like that. We don't care if you're black, white, gay, straight. We don't care what nationality you are. You're our victims. You listen to us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. So yeah.
Yeah.
But also with Halloween 2018, it took a huge left turn in the franchise by retconning everything after the first Halloween.
Right.
There are 5 different timelines. Kind of. The first one, the original, was Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 3 was its own thing. They tried to make
that
it
was
the season of the witch.
Yes.
Tried to make it to an anthology.
They still Halloween or whatever. Shamrock. What was that? Wasn't that the one?
No.
Which one was that?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure that was it.
I haven't seen that one yet. I got to catch up. I got to catch up on the Halloweens. But Halloween 3 was its own little thing. They then went 4, 5, and 6 to kind of finish off that series. The last one was in 95. Halloween 6 was in 95. They then redid it. They decided, nope, let's skip 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
They went Halloween 1, 2, and then Halloween H2O. Yep. Which was 20 years later.
That one was really good.
And then Halloween Resurrection, 2002.
Yeah.
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 And that was supposed to be the end of that series as well. So that's 3. Timeline 3. They then rebooted it with Rob Zombie, which I loved.
Loved.
Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Which was a little more visceral, a little more real. Rob Zombie. And there's so much Rob Zombie hate out there.
Yeah, always.
I don't see why. I love his movies.
Yeah, if you want to get our take on it, we reviewed that for the first Halloween, I think.
Yeah.
And it's available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify,
everywhere.
Podcasts.
Check it out. But and then there's this one.
Yeah.
Where Halloween basically goes the first Halloween movie back in 1978.
Yeah.
And then they go right to Halloween 2018.
Right.
So every other sequel has been ignored and forgotten.
Which is fine.
and that works. Like
It does. And you know what? They can do whatever they want. Like,
Yes.
who cares? And I was watching on that thing I watched today about Michael Myers. I was watching about, what's it called? Jamie Lee Curtis talk about it. And she's like, when I came back for H2O, I said, this is it. Michael Myers has to die and I want to be done. I'm
Yes.
never doing another Halloween. That's why when Halloween 2018, like the trailer came out, I was like, shut the front door.
But
Babe!
But she has a difference. I think she wanted a little something else.
Yes.
And that's fine.
And she must have had fun doing these. Like, you can't tell me she didn't have fun.
Oh, totally.
Right? She seems like such a badass lady. I think she would love every second of it.
Well, I think she dies twice
Yeah.
before. She died in, I think, Halloween like 4 or something.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
And I
And
thought
then-
it was,
I forget. Again, I haven't seen them. I just go by what I've
I think it
known offhand.
yeah.
But then she also had children.
dies in Resurrection.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then she has children, but they also get wiped clean. And one thing I liked in Halloween 2018 is they skipped Halloween 2 because there's a big revelation that she was Michael Myers' sister.
Right. Yeah.
They cut that right out
Cut all
of this.
of
You know
that
what?
out.
That's fine.
And they talk about it in the movie.
It was
yeah.
brought up when the granddaughter of hers is walking with her friends,
Mm-hmm.
saying how, talking about Laurie Strode, wasn't that her brother? They're like,
Yeah.
no, that was just some rumor they made up, but that was proved false.
Yeah.
So that alone, they acknowledged that, they kind of, Easter egg acknowledged the sequels, but at the same time, they're like, that never happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Which is a nice way of doing it. It's just because anything like that, there's going to be rumors and all that kind of stuff floating around. So it
Yeah.
totally makes sense.
and of course, people would make up stuff.
Of course.
The media would try to make up stuff to get a story. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, what if they're brother and sister? What if that's the reason for him attacking her that night?
Yes.
Nope, not at all. Nope.
Dang. But I love how they did it. This movie was great. It was really good.
Yeah.
Good reboot.
Oh, 100. Reboot, retcon. The term is retcon because they wiped other stories clean.
Yep.
And following this,
I thought that was when there wasn't like an original one though, like when they start from zero.
that's a retcon. Yes and no. Reboot's also wiping the
Yeah.
whole slate clean. This
Start
is
from zero.
taking the first movie and then
Building off that.
different story. Basically taking a branch off.
Different
way. Different timelines.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that we have a few minutes left to go here, do you want to go
Jeez. Let's get into the cast.
Woo! Oh, yeah, cast.
You gotta do
Oh, God,
cast.
how did you hear about this movie?
Oh, yes. Oh, geez. Trailers, heard about it, and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting. This looks
Yeah.
good. And then I learned more about the whole timeline thing. I'm like, okay, let's see what they do, because retcons are never really well received.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Because people are so in touch with the original story. It's too precious to ruin. Hello, Anarchy. She's just noodling
I
my
know,
face.
it's supper time, so they're getting
Yes.
a little antsy.
You have to wait, we're still talking. But I was excited for it. I didn't see it
Yes.
in theaters. I saw it on... I rented it on DVD, I think on Blu-ray.
Sure.
But I loved it. What about you? What did you first hear about?
I saw the previews when it started to come out, and I was so excited for Jamie Lee Curtis because, like I said, I love her. But then I thought, well, sheesh, I'm just gonna wait and whatever. And then 2018 turned into 2019. Okay, I'm sorry. 2019 turned into COVID, and then I just lost. Like from 2019 to like current, it's just been like 1 year to me.
Yeah.
So, and then I saw that it was coming out on Netflix, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. And I watched like 3/4 of it, and then I went to bed. And then every time I was gonna pick it back up again, I'm like, eh.
Yep.
So, but I'm really glad I did because it was a really good
This
ending.
is a good. They did really good with the branch off for a different sequel. They did a great job with this.
Yes, I agree.
And it even got like old characters back. Like Jamie Lee
Yes.
Curtis and all that. So, do I get into the cast?
Of course I do.
Because apparently our time is running out a bit. But fuck it.
No rush,
Fuck
yeah.
it. It's our podcast. I don't
Yeah, we
care.
can do
It's
whatever
our
we want.
Halloween special. It's gonna be longer. It's gonna be longer. Whatever.
Yeah, take that.
So this lovely movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis. She
My
returns
babe.
as Laurie Strode.
I love
And she
my
was
darling.
the sole survivor of Michael Myers' 1978 killing spree. suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, she is like all sorts of. She's like, if you looked at PTSD under the dictionary, you would see a picture of Laurie Strode.
Yes, you would. Judy Greer as Karen Nelson,
Love her.
the daughter of Laurie Strode.
Love her.
And what did you tell me? What did you tell me that you always?
She's Cheryl from Archer, or Carol, or whatever. And that's all I can think of every time I watch anything she's in, because her voice is so iconic. Yeah. And every time all I can think of her is like asking Archer to wrap his hands around her neck, and I'm like, this is the wrong one.
And the thing is, after you told me that, I saw the same thing.
Right?
Like, damn it.
Well, listen, if I have to, you have to.
That's true. Okay. We have Will Patton as Deputy Frank Hawkins. He was the sheriff's deputy who teams up with Laurie in an effort to kill Michael, and he arrested Michael after his killing spree in 1978. We have Andy Matichak as Allison Nelson.
Yes.
She's Laurie's granddaughter.
Yep.
James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers / The Shape.
Yep.
Which I love. They call him The Shape in this movie.
So there's a lot of feelings surrounding that, and that lots of people prefer him to be called The Shape.
Yes.
Because because he is this emotionless killer, they don't want him to have a name. And it's like, because it just adds to that, kind of in the same sense as the Joker, where like, if he had a name, it would almost ruin it.
It would take away the mystery.
Exactly.
And The Shape gives a more ominous, alien feel to him, like The Shape. Well, does he have a name? Yeah, Michael Myers, but he's The Shape. He has no conscience.
Exactly.
He's evil. He is The Shape.
Yes.
We have Haluk Bilgener as Dr. Ranbir Sartain.
Dr. Loomis 2.0.
Yes, Michael's psychiatrist and Samuel Loomis's former student.
Yes.
Rian Rees as Dana Haynes, a true crime podcaster and Aaron's partner.
Oh, yes.
Jefferson Hall as Aaron Corey, a true crime podcaster and Dana's partner. Toby Huss as Ray Nelson, Karen's husband, Allison's father, and Laurie's son-in-law. Virginia Gardner as Vicky, Allison's best friend.
Yes.
Dylan Arnold as Cameron Elam, Allison's boyfriend and son of Lonnie Elam. And
he's also in the new season of You, if anybody's wondering. He plays Theo in the new episode seasons of You. He does an amazing job.
We have Miles Robbins as Dave, Vicky's boyfriend. Drew Sheed as Oscar, Cameron's best friend. And Omar Dorsey as Sheriff Barker, Hayden Field's sheriff.
Hayden Field Sheriff.
Yeah. It's a good cast.
Yep. Really good.
Yeah, for the retcon, they brought in a daughter of Laurie Strode's and a granddaughter.
Yes.
And apparently she's been divorced twice. So,
yes.
And we also, through some backstory, find out that she's been just obsessed over Michael Myers coming back.
Yes.
And it will explain the plot here, how what happens. Like she's basically a hermit. She is. And she
lives by herself and she
trained her daughter.
Yeah.
For this day.
Yes.
And she kind of had enough, and she just kind of, it's a very strained relationship. Mm-hmm. Because she felt that she was overreacting.
Of course, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, I can't even imagine being in that situation.
That'd be tough. It's very similar to the Terminator with...
yes, you're absolutely right.
What's her name? I can't believe her name now. Oh my God. I'm still stuck on Laurie Strode.
Sarah Connor?
Thank you. Yes, she's very similar to Sarah Connor, where after Terminator 2, where she's very determined and set in preventing the future and protecting her son.
Right.
And Laurie Strode's the same way. There's the similarities are iconic. Mm-hmm. And even throwing Ellen Ripley.
Right.
After that.
Right.
So three, and this is funny, people are saying...
badass bitches.
Three very, very strong women. And it was like, oh, we need more. There's no female representation until Laurie Strode. Well, there was... Not really. There was Sarah Connor, and before that there was Ellen Ripley. Mm-hmm. So
I think there's just like, as a woman, I feel like there's definitely not as much.
No.
Right? But there are some, but you have to pick and choose. And there's not a lot.
Well, yeah, true, but there's also Final Girls and lots of the Elm Streets.
For sure.
Friday the 13th. It's there, but it's not as well known or accepted as the strong male
Right.
character.
And it's also like the final girls, even Laurie Strode, like the final girls, they some usually are portrayed as damsels in distress and can't defend for themselves, and so I think that's where some of the problems come in. But mind you, that was also a different time and times are changing.
Yes.
Like Fear Street was probably one of the best movies I've seen that accurately portrays how people would be. It's very modern, and it's just like, this is the horror I want. This is it. It was gross, and it made me gag and cry and laugh, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
In my movies.
And also, back then, the women were also shown as strong, but also they're also an easy, weak target.
Exactly.
They would target the women because they're women. They're shown as weak.
Right. Which is not true.
Which is not true. Some women, though, they freak out, they cry. Not every woman can be as strong as the strong female character that is depicted in this, in Terminator, in Aliens. Some women, they can't handle it.
Right.
Not everyone's the same.
Right, totally. But it's just, when you're a kid, you want things to look up to.
But when push comes to shove, some of those who start off as the more timid, the weak character, when they're
evolve.
in that, and also I read out this from this guy. He does videos where he does like reviews of manga, of stories. When put into a situation of crisis, it shows their true character.
Oh, for sure.
And in most of these movies, when the women are put in that role, they toughen up. They show that they're strong because they have to.
Yes.
That or they get killed. And it's a great way to show the true core of a character.
Right. Absolutely.
Some and male and female. Some guys, they freak out and they just, I'm out of here, they run, and they get killed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's just more commonplace to have the females. And it is. It's just a thing that happened in the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yep.
But times are changing.
Yep.
And there's lots.
There's another one.
They're turning.
Scream is a good example.
Yes. Yep. Even I watched all the Welcome to Blumhouse movies that came out for Halloween. They were not good, but they were all female leads, actually.
Yeah.
And they were all really, interesting. They weren't good, but it was interesting.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot better. It really has progressed.
But this is with progressing, changing with the times. That's how it happens. And we're figuring it out, guys.
Yep.
Woo! And I love Laurie Strode and Jamie Lee Curtis, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She can raise me like a serial killer anytime.
Oh, me too.
I would love that.
Oh, yes. She sounds like a darling. She was on Game Grumps a year or so ago.
I saw that.
She was on. So lucky. I'd love to have her on the show.
But that's like a good mom because that I think it was her son.
Yes.
And he was like, well, obviously he was the one that wanted to go on. And she was
also,
like...
She loves Dan's band.
Yes. Oh, Ninja Sex Party, yeah.
Yes.
How can you not, though?
Oh, they're awesome. Awesome. Should we get into the plot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already at 51 minutes, so we should...
Nice. Okay. It's a long movie, too. All right. So, on October 29th, 2018, Michael Myers, who has been institutionalized at Smith's Grove Psychiatric Hospital for 40 years, following his killing spree in Haddonfield in the first Halloween, is being prepared for transfer to a maximum security prison.
Which is never a problem in any movie
ever. Never. That's how
Hashtag Air Force One.
That's how the first
Con
one.
Air. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh my God. Even the first Halloween, they do the same thing. They're transporting him.
Yes.
He gets away and escapes. True crime podcasters. Hey, that's what we're doing. Well, not true crime, but we're podcasters. Aaron Corey and Dana Haynes visit the hospital, and during their encounter, Aaron displays the mask that Michael wore in 1978 to him.
Yes.
To no effect.
And he's yelling at him. He's like, "This is a mask."
They're trying to
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, they're trying to get a response because he said nothing.
Yes.
As of when he was a child and he was, arrested for the death of his sister.
Yep.
He has not spoken a single word. The following day, as he's being transferred, the bus crashes and patients begin to wander onto the road.
Yes.
The accident causes a father and son to stop to see what's going on. Lumpy.
Lumpy is the son.
Yeah. Michael murders them both, takes their truck, and returns to Haddonfield.
Jeez.
Well, he
Yeah.
kills him, but one of the escapees, I forget the guy's name, he has the umbrella
Yep.
in the yard.
Yes.
He drives Michael to Haddonfield. Why doesn't he kill him? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's been established that he's the guy who gives him a ride.
Right.
Yeah. In Haddonfield, Laurie Strode lives in fear of Michael.
Mm-hmm.
She is drinking heavily and rarely leaves her fortified house and isn't ever fortified. I wish I had that house.
I was going to say, that kind of sounds like the dream, though, drinking heavily and living in a fortified house.
I'd be okay with that. She's got secret doors and passages and everything.
It just sounds amazing.
Yes. She has a strained relationship with her daughter, Karen, whom the state took away from her at age 12. Allison, Laurie's granddaughter, does try to maintain a relationship with her grandmother.
Yes.
And that's sweet.
Yeah, they seem like they're friends.
Yes.
And she loves talking to her, and it's like, oh.
And Laurie, she goes with her money and she tries to have a connection.
Yeah.
And that's something.
Yes, absolutely.
On the morning of October 31st, Michael sees Aaron and Dana visiting his sister Judith's grave. He follows them to a gas station where he kills them both, as well as a mechanic for his coveralls, before recovering his mask from Aaron's car. Deputy Frank Hawkins, who arrested Michael in 1978, tries to convince Sheriff Barker that Michael is dangerous after learning that he has escaped. Laurie also learns of Michael's escape and attempts to warn Karen, but Karen dismisses her concerns, urging Laurie to move on with her life. So there's a bit to unpack here. So
Yes.
Michael escapes, he goes to the gas station. We have the podcasters who tried to interview Laurie for something.
Right.
Offer $3,000.
Yeah.
And she kind of shoos them away because they're trying to make a buck and they're trying to cash in a bit on Laurie's, traumatizing, the killing.
Right.
And she kind of, fuck off.
Yeah. Not interested. Thank you very much.
We also see her practicing shooting. She has a gun range in the back. She has lots of mannequins.
Yeah.
And also when the podcasters they go to the gas station to get some gas, the woman who's a bit British has to go to the loo. She goes to the bathroom, and while she's in there, Michael shows up.
Yes.
And attacks her. The boyfriend, he's wandering around. He's trying to get at the gas guy's attention, who's dead.
Yes.
His jaw ripped off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has a pretty bad death.
Yeah.
Like we obviously don't see it happen, but he's just like lying there, which they do quite a bit. You just find dead bodies in this show.
A bit. And also
Which I wonder why. They must have done that for the rating, hey?
I think so. And also, this wasn't about the kills. It's more about the presence, I think.
Right.
It was the sequel that ramped up the kills heavily. He also finds a mechanic dead, when his coverall is gone.
Missing his coverall?
In his tiny whities. And then he hears his girlfriend, screaming for help. He goes in, tries to fight off Michael, who doesn't have his mask yet. He's maskless.
Right.
But he beats him up pretty good, kills her, and then presumably kills him.
Yes.
He then goes to their vehicle and gets his mask, and away we go.
Away we go into Halloween.
Yeah. And also we always see him starting to stalking again.
I was going to say, he's just walking down the street, bumping into kids.
Yeah.
And it's just, terrifying. Because, that is so creepy to me because, you don't know how close you were to being a name and an age in a newspaper.
And there's also a lot of his point of view.
Yes.
We follow him.
It's... And it's a lot of him just going through houses and literally just stabbing everybody. It's crazy. Or hitting people, like the one lady he bludgeoned to death with a hammer he found.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's cool. He gets one weapon, goes into a house, kills this elderly couple, gets a knife.
Yep.
Goes to the next, and it follows. He goes next door. We see him walking.
Yes.
And I think he bumps into some trick-or-treaters, and they kind of go around him.
Exactly.
And then he sees a woman in her window doing something. He's on the phone. She go around the back door, and she's on the, ends a phone call, looks out the window, closes the blinds a little bit, and then he stabs her in the neck.
And this was one of I nominated for Kill of the Flick, is because you're literally just looking at, she's looking out the window, and we're looking in the window from the outside, and you just see a knife go through her neck.
Yeah.
And blood splatter, and it's just like it's crazy.
And this is like one long cut.
Yes.
There's no cuts around nothing. It just follows him, and it's great. It's beautiful filmmaking right here.
It really is. And this
Really
is
good.
where we were talking about before about things being wet and visceral. Like, it's just to see this, like somebody being stabbed in the neck, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
And especially because she's like, looking out the window, like, oh my God, there's somebody here. And it's, I can't even imagine.
Yes. Later that night, Allison finds her boyfriend Cameron cheating on her at a costume party and leaves with his friend Oscar.
Yes.
They get a little.
Yes, they get
weird
into a
there.
spat. He's caught kissing another girl, and he's like, "Oh, baby, she was just whispering in my ear.
Yeah,
it was
he's-
nothing."
Yeah, he had us coming.
Trash.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while babysitting a boy named Julian, I like Julian. Julian's a good guy.
He wasn't bad. He was shooting his shot.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Well, no. Well, Julian. No, he's a little black boy. No, he was.
Oh,
no,
the
no.
one that was being babysat. Sorry,
Yes.
I was thinking the guy who was dressed up as the devil.
No. Allison's best friend Vicky and her boyfriend Dave are attacked by Michael. Dave is killed, and Vicky sacrificed herself to protect Julian, who escapes.
Which is cute. They have the sweetest little relationship, her and this kid.
Yes.
Aww.
And also we get with Julian's death, we get the classic stabbed against the wall.
Yes.
Stuck there.
And what do you say every time, Nick?
I love those kills.
No.
Oh, I know. Stick around.
Stick around.
You have to. You gotta do.
You
the,
have
You have to do the
to.
Arnold. You'll stick around.
I've talked about more than once on here how I love Arnold, and
Yep.
it kills me every time.
He might have the best one-liners in movies.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah. Julian, who escapes, and the police are called. Deputy Hawkins and Laurie overhear the incident on the radio and go over to the house. Laurie sees Michael for the first time in 40 years. She shoots Michael in the shoulder before he flees. The police take Laurie, Karen, and her husband Ray to Laurie's home for protection, and a squad car remains outside the residence.
Mm-hmm.
Deputy Hawkins promises to find Allison and bring her to be with the family. Yeah, she just leaves. She walks away with her
because her
Oscar.
boyfriend throws her phone in like a bowl of jelly or something. It looks like
Yes.
Jello.
Yeah.
So her phone's dead, and she's with her other friend, and it's just she's unreachable.
Yeah.
And she takes a shortcut in quotations that she's never taken before, so she doesn't even know where she is. Ugh.
Yeah. So, Dr. Ranbir Sartain, Michael's psychiatrist and former student of Dr. Loomis, persuades Sheriff Barker to help in the hunt for Michael. Meanwhile, as Allison and Oscar walk home from the party, Michael kills Oscar after he tried to pick up and threw a kiss at Allison.
Yes.
He tried to shoot his shot, and he thought there
tried
was some...
so hard, and like I get it, and I get why she'd be pissed. Like she was already having a rough night. Like she broke up with her boyfriend like an hour previous.
Yeah.
And she was just like, really? Seriously? Like, come on.
Yeah. And she's going, I'll walk with myself. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael kills Oscar.
Just like that.
Yeah. But Hawkins and Sartain arrive just in time to rescue Allison. Deputy Hawkinson tries to kill Michael, but Dr. Sartain, who has become obsessed with Michael's enigmatic motivations, attacks and leaves Hawkins for dead. It is revealed that he orchestrated Michael's escape to study him in the wild.
Yes.
Dr. Sartain then heads towards Laurie's home with an unconscious Michael and Allison locked in the backseat together. Michael wakes up and kills Sartain while Allison flees from the scene. Michael then ambushes and kills 2 police officers that are outside Laurie's home. Again, a little bit to unpack here.
Yes.
So, like I said, like he's trying to see Michael in the wild. He wants to see firsthand just what he can do. Because he's just heard about it. He hasn't seen, like Dr. Loomis, who was there.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
And
he was in literally all the previous Halloween movies, basically.
Yeah. And Allison, smart, she tries, to get away. She's like, oh, hey, he spoke to me. And that right away, what did he say? What did we say?
Yes.
Let me out and I'll tell you. What did he say? And then Michael wakes up and pushes him against the wheel.
Right.
Stops the car. She gets out. She runs. Michael then walks, chases down Sartain. And in kind of like a please, like, oh, Michael, say something, please. And he's like, no. And just stomps on his face, smushing his face. We then see the two police officers who are protecting Laurie Strode. They're like, well, something's wrong here. And they go to investigate and they get killed.
Very killed.
Yes.
Neck snappy kills.
Well, one gets his neck snapped. The other one has his head cut off.
Yes.
And a flashlight jammed in there.
Yep.
Which is a beautiful sight. It's
very good.
Very nice practical effects.
Yes.
It looks great. When Laurie's son-in-law, Ray, goes outside to greet who he believes are the two officers to ask if they had located Allison, Michael strangles him to death. Mm-hmm. He gets a pretty lame death.
Yeah.
Laurie manages to get to Karen's safety, which is in like a secret
hidey hole.
Basically, her island rotates.
It's like a bunker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into the basement.
Yeah.
And it's sweet. She has weapons on there.
Food, canned food. Yeah. Like she's ready.
Yeah. She gets to Karen's safety before she engages in a showdown with Michael. Laurie severely injures Michael, including shooting off some of his fingers, but he stabs her in the abdomen and pushes her over a balcony. When Michael goes to check Laurie's body, he finds it missing, which is, usually he's the one who disappears when he gets knocked down.
Yes.
Reminiscent of their first encounter decades ago. Allison arrives and calls out for her grandmother, luring Michael and allowing Karen to shoot him in the jaw, which is cool because she fakes very well. She plays, oh no, I can't do it, grandmother, I can't, or mother, I can't do it.
Which is literally, she's been training her whole life for it. I was like, do it.
Her demeanor, as soon as he comes in the frame.
Yeah, gotcha.
And she even does that when it showed like, not backstory, but like young her, trying to shoot. She always, mouths, gotcha.
Yeah.
When she shoots. I love that.
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
That. Laurie suddenly reappears and attacks Michael, trapping him inside the safe room with Karen and Allison's help. The trio sets the house ablaze, and Laurie says goodbye to Michael before she begins to faint and lets her daughter and granddaughter quickly hitchhike a passerby vehicle to take her to the hospital. Mm-hmm. And I love this because the daughter explains to her daughter, to the granddaughter, this wasn't a way just to hide. This was a trap. Mm-hmm. And she had this plan for years.
Yes.
Because when they go up the steps and Michael grabs on, they pull her up, but not like spikes.
Yep.
Slide out so that he can't escape.
So good.
And then we see there's like different like gas.
Yes.
With a flame set up. So she has to just push a button, getting set up, and the whole house gets ignited.
And you realize that this was like her plan all along.
This was it. Yeah, this was like crematorium set up for Michael. A final shot of the burning basement is shown, with Michael nowhere in sight. In a post-credit scene, Michael's breathing is heard, indicating that he has survived.
Yes.
And also, Halloween Kills, the trailer starts off with them in the back of the truck, going towards the hospital.
Just so good.
And we hear the police sirens going the opposite direction, towards the house, and they're screaming, no, let it burn. Let him die.
Yeah.
Which is a great overflow trailer.
So good.
And to be continued in Halloween Kills.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited. I want to go see it now.
It's good. It's got lots of hate for some dumb reason.
Because everybody wants to hate on everything.
Yes.
We've literally talked about this for half the episode.
Stupid.
Everybody hates everything.
Stupid. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. But that was Halloween. That was Halloween 2018.
Woo!
What did you think?
I thought it was unreal. And I would probably honestly rate it a 4. I think it is... And this is like reaching, but it is almost a perfect sequel. And they had a lot of messes to deal with where they erased all that kind of timelines and stuff, which is fine. It happens.
Yep.
You've had literally 30 years to figure it out. And now look at it. Like, it's a masterpiece. Yes. It's really well done is what I'm trying to say.
It really is.
It really is. It's such a good continuation of the first one. Yeah. And it shows just how much PTSD and paranoia Laurie Strode has from what happened. And I think that that's important to show that it's like, oh, she didn't go on and lead a normal life. Nay. She is forever messed up and scarred from it. Yeah.
One thing which I didn't talk about in that was left out was when they go and actually have Michael being transported. Yep. She is there with a gun. She's ready to go kill him.
Yeah.
But she can't. She breaks down because she's so still in fear.
Yes.
She's still so scared of him. So throughout the whole years of toughening up, of training, of practicing, of preparing, she couldn't do it.
Absolutely.
And she goes to her I think it's like is it graduation? Not graduation. It's like a celebration or something.
Yeah.
They're having a supper.
Yeah.
And she was invited. She shows up and she starts crying, saying she couldn't do it. I was there. I saw him. I couldn't do it. And of course, her daughter is not very sympathetic.
Yeah.
No. Her granddaughter, Hella is.
Yeah.
But the daughter isn't.
No.
And that's such a powerful, emotional scene
Absolutely.
for that character.
Well, because she's seen her mom grow up and literally obsess about this her whole life.
Yeah.
So she doesn't feel the same way that her granddaughter feels, right?
No. She lived it. She experienced it.
Yes.
The granddaughter
She
didn't.
got to deal with the aftermath.
Yes.
The daughter.
Yeah, the granddaughter did.
And
She got kind of the after. She had to, I just see the nice.
Yeah. Sweet old grandma.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
I would have given it. I did the same thing. It's a 4 out of 5 for me, 100%. Sure. I would have given it a little more if they're a little more creative with the Michael kills.
I agree. A lot of neck snapping. A lot of neck snapping.
A lot of neck snapping, a bit of stabbing.
And I get it. Like, it's his thing.
Yeah.
Like, if they were all knife kills, too, I get it.
Yeah.
But just, like, branch out just a touch.
Yeah, and the Halloween kills, they do. They ramp up the kills really well in that one.
Good.
But some of them stuck out, like the Oscar's death, where he's trying to climb over this, this
fence,
gated fence with the spikes on the top, and Michael just stabs him in the back, and because he's hurt, he kind of slides down. You don't see it slide down, but you zoom in and you see the spike is going through his bottom of his jaw, out his cheek.
Yep.
Great kill, nothing too fancy, but it's a good visual kill.
Yep.
The Psychiatrist Death, the guy, he's almost like the villain.
Yes.
Besides Michael, who let him out, getting his head stomped. It's very, very visceral. You see a good, gory aftermath.
It was a good scene.
It's good.
And it was kind of one of those ones where you recoil a bit and go, ooh.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that in my horror. And it doesn't have to be all the time. Like, not everything has to be blood and guts and gore.
No.
But a few is fantastic.
Yep.
That's what I need.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the music. They had the classic score,
Music was so
which
good.
is great. Mm-hmm. Great music. Even the opening, where it has like the rotted pumpkin coming back to life.
Yes.
It's almost like it's very symbolic, like the franchise is coming back to life for this movie. Great movie.
So good.
This is really good. I haven't seen all of the old originals. I've heard some are good, some are not good.
Right. I've watched them all. I struggled through most of them, but that's also on me because Halloween is not my favorite franchise. So I half watched them. So that's. Yeah.
I might, because after his last recording, I went and did all the Paranormal Activities, which I got the order wrong terribly in our recording. It
happens.
Yeah, the first 3 are basically prequels. The fourth one is the official sequel to the first one. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna have to now do a Halloween.
Tell me if I'm crazy, and we'll let everybody know.
I think
next
you
episode.
I don't like how in those ones the mask keeps changing.
Yes.
This one, they go back to original mask. I love it.
Yes.
I even like the Rob Zombie's Halloween mask. Love it.
Yes, exactly.
So, it's a great movie.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I think it was such a good one. And you know what? I think I liked it more than the Rob Zombie ones. I'm just going to be honest. I like them for different reasons.
Yes.
But I think I like this one more.
I believe Rob Zombie's had more of a fear factor to it.
Oh, for sure.
And
it's hard to even compare them, even though they're technically in quotations the same movie. Similar, very similar, same franchise.
Same franchise, same. They got a killer.
Yeah.
With Rob Zombies, they give Michael a reason for the kill.
Yes.
Whereas
Which
this
we
one,
don't care.
Wait, it was different. He was. Right. Whereas though, the original, he had no reason. He just decided to go and kill his sister.
Yes.
And there's no reason to it.
Yep.
And then the killings after. While they're similar, at the same time, they're very, very, very different.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Yep. Me too.
As much as I like Halloween 2018, I like Rob Zombie's Halloween a little bit more.
Interesting.
Just because it gives more, it fleshes out more of the character.
Of course.
A bit.
Yeah.
It shows more of he had a very rough childhood. It gave a reason to it.
For sure.
Now, some people don't like that because, oh no, Michael Myers is supposed to be pure evil. Yes. But
it's all opinion too, right?
That's
At the end of the day, you can like what you like.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And also, I just like the star power in
Absolutely.
Rob Zombies. It was, they're both good. They're both great movies.
For sure they are. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And for Ichabod's Kill the Flag.
There's a few.
Yeah, we already kind of talked about
We
it.
did. We talked off recording. We talked about this. We kind of settled on the Psychiatrist Death.
Yes.
The head smush.
Oh.
It's the most graphic of the whole movie, and it's kind of also most impactful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, like we said, there's a lot of neck snapping. There's a lot of neck snapping. There's a lot of stabbing, which is fine.
Here and there. Yeah.
But a good head smush, it's hard to beat.
That's true. That's true.
And there is no next week's episode, but I'm thinking next year we should do Halloween Kills. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh yes, 100%.
Wouldn't that be good?
We're gonna keep this going. Next year we'll do Halloween Kills. We'll probably talk about Halloween Ends.
Yep.
We'll see a trailer by then, hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll see
absolutely.
what COVID has in store for us for this rest of the year. But no, this has been our Halloween special, and like every Halloween, we're gonna review a Halloween movie.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna go through the rest of Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and we'll probably go into the old sequels.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we'll go through the modern ones.
We won't be nearly as excited.
We'll see.
Probably.
I haven't seen them yet. I have not seen Halloween 2 yet. I have not seen it.
You haven't seen Halloween 2?
No. Like you, I'm not a big Halloween fan.
I think 2 is probably, well, I don't know. It's fine.
I like, with the modern ones, I'm getting into them.
Yeah. The modern ones, arguably, I like way more than the older ones. Yeah. First Halloween, best Halloween ever. Oh, yeah. In the whole franchise. Yep. That is unarguable. I don't care what anybody says. That's the best Halloween. Yeah. Yep. After that, it gets murky. So,
but I'm a Jason fan.
I know.
I love me some Jason.
I'm a Jason fan. I'm a Pinhead fan.
Oh yes, give me some good.
You know, I feel that. I'm a Chucky fan. All those. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us for this special episode. This episode was brought to you by our executive producer, Ichabod, who has just been not annoying at all this evening. And our head of talent relations, Anarchy. We hope you enjoyed your Horr-Gasm as much as we did. Please don't forget to rate, download, and subscribe. Also, like and follow us on Facebook, at Horr-Gasm Podcast, Instagram at Horr-Gasm, Twitter at Gasm Horror, YouTube at the Horr-Gasm Podcast, and Twitch at Horr-Gasm Games. If you have a movie you'd like us to review, this is the best way to let us know. We hope to see you again next week because we have such sights to show you. Plenty of Horr-Gasms for you to experience. Bye!